Okay, so let's see if this is working correctly. I'm making a screencast-o-matic video introducing my course, and hopefully it will work. So this course is called Law, the Courts, and Politics. It's POLS 0105. It is a kind of a core course in the political science curriculum at Westfield State. My name is David Fromm, and I've taught this course 3 times previously, but each time in person. This is my first time teaching it asynchronously online, and so I hope that I'll be able to figure it out, and we'll work through the class together and figure out the best way to teach and to learn. And that's really what I'm focused on, is trying to make sure that you guys learn a bit about the system we're all working in, because if you learn about it, then you feel you have a bit more control over it, and you're able to interact with it, perhaps even change it if you need to. This is the course landing page we're on right now. It's Law, the Courts, and Politics, and there's a picture up here of a terrifying creature. That's called a gerrymander. We're going to get to that later in the semester. It's the most dangerous creature in the world, in my opinion. In this course, if you look over here along the side, you go to Communications, and you get my contact information. This is my cell phone. Use it appropriately. I don't have an office phone because this is an asynchronous course, and I'm not actually in the building. However, I'm happy to meet. The best way to get a hold of me is by sending me an email, ask the instructor, or a message, or there'll be weekly discussion boards where you can ask questions, and we'll have hopefully some vigorous discussions. If you go down to the Start Here tab, you'll see there's an Audacity file that may or may not be there when you start the class. That was just for training purposes. But there is going to be a screencast-o-matic video, which is hopefully going to be this. Hopefully you've already gotten there and you're seeing it right now, I guess. And then some more information, the course information sheet, my bio, textbook information. The textbook you don't need to buy yet. We're going to start using that about week 4. You can buy it or rent it in the Westfield Library. They have copies, and we're only going to use it for about a third of the class. So if you can rent it, I advise that you do that. I'm going to try to copy some of the material within copyright limitations and post that. And then I also have some PowerPoint slides which go through some of the material in that book. That book basically teaches you, or tells us, how the court system in the United States is constructed. There's a federal and a state parallel court system. They're different, and of course the judges are put on the bench in different ways, and cases work through those courts in different ways. And some cases belong in the federal side, and some cases belong on the state side. So that's what we're going to learn with that textbook. Again, I advise you to rent it, but hopefully it'll be available for you at the bookstore. There's also a syllabus on here. The syllabus is a written document which has a lot of the procedures and policies. It has my grading policy. It has a fairly detailed outline of the course, but I want to be clear about this. I'm going to put the syllabus content into the actual Plato framework, and Plato will control. That is to say, that if week 4 says we're going to cover X on the syllabus, on Plato, week 4 should say we're going to cover X, but it might say we're also going to cover Y, and what's on Plato will control. But I would encourage you to read through the entire syllabus so that you have a sense of what's going to happen in our class, where we're going, and why we're taking the route we are taking. If you look over here at week 1, you'll see that in week 1 we have a fairly, this is what I'm talking about, we have a fairly detailed outline of what we're going to cover, what we're trying to do that week, and also your assignments. And your assignments will involve materials that are also linked to week 1 Plato. So for example, there's the syllabus, and there's a link to the US Constitution, which is what we'll be reading in week 1. Then there's a discussion forum, and that's really critical. A lot of your grade, a lot of our class is going to take place in these discussion boards, which will be there for each week. So week one discussion is really kind of an icebreaker where you're going to introduce yourself and that kind of thing. So I'm going to end this screencast-o-matic. I'm going to hopefully figure out how to use this tool. Let's see if I can do this. Watch this. If I circle, yeah, see that? Look at that. I'm circling on screencast-o-matic the week one discussion, which is something that you'll have to do, or I hope you'll want to do, as a way to engage in the course. As I figure out these tools, look for even more exciting technological advances in the course. Feel free to contact me with questions, comments. I'm looking forward to a good semester. I'm looking forward to us learning a lot. There is a ton going on every single day in the area of law and politics, and a lot of it affects each of us in different ways, from vaccine mandates to cases before the Supreme Court, to various commissions going on in government, to what's going on in Westfield, and what's going on in Longmeadow, where I live, and what's going on in Western Mass. These are critically important issues for us. Even though they might seem kind of boring and dry, they're going to control the rights and the responsibilities we have as citizens. And so hopefully in this semester we'll be able to talk and think and engage and exchange about those things. All right, see you soon. Bye.